Welcome all to another edition of Friday Night Fever. I'm your host, Matt St. Jean. Tonight was the second to last week of the regular season. Wins and losses are beginning to have dire consequences for teams trying to extend their seasons. Excellent show on the way. Rhea Thornton, she was in Starkville where the undefeated Yellow Jackets faced off against the defending North Half champs, the Oxford Chargers. We've got a key 4A Region 2 tilt between Houston and Rip City, and our game of the week was another huge 4A matchup between Caledonia and Itawamba. What a story for the Cavaliers. When head coach Michael Kelly took over the program 4 years ago, Caledonia was coming off an 0-10 season. This year, they haven't lost a game when they played. A COVID forfeit, their only blemish. Tonight's game against Itawamba would determine a district title. The Indians, not too shabby themselves. Their only loss was a shocker to New Hope. Every other game has been a blowout. The Cavaliers have won 6 of their 7 games by 20 points or more. So, had the makings of a shootout, right? Wrong, at least early on. First try for Itawamba, whoopsies. Ty Davis dropped the ball after a bad snap, and Will Donald pounced on it. However, the Cavaliers would go 3 and out on their drive. Next Indian possession, Itawamba got the ball into the hands of Isaac Smith, and this dude is special. Cuts on top of cuts, running around the field. The Cavaliers finally corralled him at the 10-yard line. Couple of runs later, Smith slammed into the end zone from the 1-yard line, giving the Indians a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Next Caledonia possession, they tried to be sneaky. Wing T offenses don't pass too much, and he was trying to go deep on this one to Darius Triplett, but oh my, what a play by Isaac Smith. The dude is everywhere. Big interception, and that Smith touchdown run, that was the only, slow-mo replay, sorry. Ooh, slow-mo. Nice play, nice play. That touchdown run was the only points on the board in the first half. Things opened up in the second half. The Indians prevailed 28-14. They are your 4A Region 1 district champions. Let's do 4A Region 2. A lot of big-time playoff implications in these next few games. Both South Pontotoc and New Albany found ways to score throughout the game tonight. First quarter was no exception. Both teams looking for their first district wins. Clayton Heatherly with the pass down the field. Oh, that's how you high point that one, Ethan Patterson. No trouble hauling in the ball for that score. 7-0 early in favor of the Cougars. Back on offense, Evan Buchanan of New Albany gets down inside the 5-yard line. He wanted that touchdown, wanted the touchdown. But he gets it a few plays later. Oh, it's Simpson. Simpson again with the touchdown right there. Tied things up at 7 apiece. However, South Pontotoc, they were too hot to handle in this one. 49-34 victory over the Bulldogs. Down the road, Pontotoc hosted North Pontotoc, pair of 2-1 district records here. And if you like slugfest, well, we've got one for you. Low scores and defense were the story in Pontotoc tonight. With 3 minutes left, Reese Kentner looked to his left, found Tyler Pickens, who went across the middle. That's a respectable game for North Pontotoc. First down, but the drive didn't amount to anything. After halftime, now it's 14-7 in favor of Pontotoc. Another pass play, this time to Navarrete. Caught this pass, racked up a little yak right there, yards after catch. But that drive would also stall out. On the very next play, it did stall out. Let's keep going. But yes, it did stall out because Kentrell Peters sniffed him out for a little sack lunch on that play. Nom, 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 nom. Pontotoc, they improved to 3-1 in district with a 26-13 win over North Pontotoc. They'll play Ripley next week for a district championship. Houston and Ripley, speaking of, battled for first place in the district. And here come the toppers. But it was Ripley who came out firing here. Ripley quarterback Ty Long handed off to Emmanuel Griffin, who took it 55 yards. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is an angry run by Emmanuel Griffin. 55 yards the hard way to the end zone. 7-0 Ripley. Houston responded though. Red Parker handed off to Jordan Pratt. Fumbled the ball, recovered by Chaston Crudup. Ridley Settled for a 25-yard field goal on that play, so it was 10-0. Now Houston responds. Red Parker rolled out and connected with E.J. Stovall. Wide open 45-yard touchdown reception. The story tonight was Emmanuel Griffin. 408 total yards, 7 touchdowns. Both school records. Beast performance. Ripley wins 52-44. All right, let's go from 4A ball to 1A ball. Hamilton traveled to Vardaman, the sweet potato capital of the world. Late in the second quarter here, Hamilton up 12-7. Hamilton quarterback Evan Pounders handed off to Josh Harrison, and that's a big boy. That's a big boy run. 12-yard gain.
Turning up all week long.
And the fan said she's turned up. You heard her. Turned up all week long. I love it. Pounders dropped back to pass, looking for Parker Beasley, but picked off by Drake Moore. Chipper Drake Moore. Nice play right there. Vardaman on offense now. Chipper Drake rolled out. Chipper Drake Moore, rather. It's a 3 name. He kept the ball for a 15-yard gain. Vardaman unable to tame the Lions. Hamilton won 19-13. From 1A up to 6A, Tupelo looked to snap its 3-game losing streak hosting Murrah. Tupelo fans wearing pink honoring Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Here's Jeremiah Harrell dropping back, throws to Brooklyn Hankins. Oh, nice play, 25-yard completion right there. A few plays later, there's Harrell again, this time deciding to call his own number. A little bit out of focus, but we survived. That's for the touchdown. Tupelo snapped the losing streak 35-0. Columbus made the journey up Route 45 to take on Saltillo late in the second quarter. The Columbus Falcons attempting to get a field goal from 20 yards out. Looks like it was tipped a little bit. That's had a weird spin on it, so Saltillo kept the Falcons off the board there. Here, Falcons on offense again, handed off to Tawan Troop, and he broke a big gain right there, 25 yards for the big fella. Oh, that looked like a little bit of a horse collar tackle there, I should say. Columbus ends up with the win, 21-3, and it's now that time. It's a big time for the band. It's Band of the Week. Take it away, Caledonia.
The Friday Night Fever Band of the Week is sponsored by Northeast Mississippi Community College. The Friday Night Fever Cheer Squad of the Week is sponsored by Magnolia Soap and Bath Company.
Congratulations to Caledonia, the cheer team of the week. Now back to the field. So far this season, Rhea Thornton has been a lightning rod for phenomenal football games, and tonight was no different. She was in Stark, Vegas for the Mini Egg Bowl between Starkville and Oxford. Rhea, what happened?
Matt, these two strong programs collided head-to-head tonight in the 6A showdown here in Starkville. Starkville hosting Oxford as the Yellow Jackets look to remain undefeated on the season. We're going to start things off in the fourth quarter because in Yellow Jacket fashion, they made this a ball game late in this one. At this point, Starkville was down 2 scores, but Jacket QB and leader Trey Petty said not for long. Instead, he goes for long, sending it deep to Braylon Birdside, who beat both his defenders like a drum. He scored, making it 35-28 Oxford. But that wasn't all. Starkville recovered a fumble near midfield, which led to this touchdown by Jordan Mitchell, tying the game up for Starkville with just about 6 minutes left in this one. But that 6 minutes was plenty of time for the Chargers. Michael Harvey handed it off to Roman Gregory. He dove across the goal line, putting Oxford back in the lead with 4.5 minutes, to go. Starkville looked to be the comeback kids once again, but on fourth down, the Chargers defense weren't going to let that happen. Not tonight, not here in Starkville. This was the play that clinched the road win for Oxford. They've got a happy bus ride home, winning 42-35 here in Starkville. So the Chargers took down the unbeaten Starkville Yellow Jackets here in Starkville, but that's not all. They snapped a 7-year win streak here in Starkville. That's right, 7 years, 43 home wins just snapped like that. So like I said, this is a happy bus ride for the Chargers tonight. Oxford will be back in Oxford next week taking on Grenada, and Starkville will be back here looking for revenge on their home turf against Germantown. Reporting live in Starkville for Friday Night Fever, Rhea Thornton, WTVA 9 Sports.
It's the last week of the season for MAIS. Starkville Academy hosted the Washington Generals. Starkville Academy, again, they're having a pretty good season this year, so they're looking out for the win on senior night. And here you see the Generals fumbling the snap on the punt. You hate to see the old fumbled punt snap, but the Vols take advantage. Charlie Nichols dove on in the end zone. That made it 14-0. And on Washington's next drives, this happens. Sophomore Briggs Bennett picked it off and ran it all the way into the end zone, almost in the end zone, 4-yard line, which ultimately resulted in a volunteer touchdown, which gave them, what a catch! What a catch! That's got to be on the Fever 5 right there. Absolutely. What a catch by Brady Johnson. Looking like Tom Brady right there. Well, Tom Brady doesn't really catch. But anyway, Starkville Academy, they show me the final. They win big, 42-0. Let's go to the Delta. West Point hasn't lost on the field so far this season, and there are only 2 losses, COVID forfeits. Since they got out of quarantine, they've been a buzzsaw. Late second quarter, West Point quarterback Keyshawn Henley got around the edge for the score. That put the Green Wave up 27-0. The Hornets offense never could get on track because the West Point defense is mean. West Point, they win big, 42-8. They'll play Saltillo next week. In Cleveland, Lafayette looked to take a firm grip on a playoff spot in Cleveland Central. Lafayette only trails West Point in the division. Opening drive, Will Dabney, big run up the middle. Nice little quarterback keeper right there. Oh, you got to slide there, kid. Got to slide. And then Jalen, that took it inside the 10-yard line. A little spinorama right there by Jaden Reed. Nice big run. And that led to Desmond Burnett cashing in for 6. 7-0 Commodores. They go on to win 28-18. And remember, tomorrow, the voting will open for Giant of the Week. 4 players nominated, 1 shall win. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you next week. Big time games. You think this week's games were big? Next week, even bigger. District champions on the line. Have a great weekend.